welcome to my channel. I mainly make pregnancy updates and I'm going to try and do some more like mum related videos. It is really difficult because at the moment my living situation is a bit cramped and we're kind of all in each other's face, kind of. It's a bit hard to explain how my life is at the moment, but basically it's just a bit chaotic. So I apologise for not filming regular pregnancy updates. But to be honest, I mean, my last pregnancy I filmed every single week, only from week 22 or 23, I think it was 22, because that's when I started my last channel. But since that channel I haven't got them videos anymore. I sort of started afresh. I don't know why. I just wasn't really happy with them. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know that this is going to be my 12 and 13 week pregnancy update. I'm currently, well, I'm going to be 14 weeks tomorrow, so I'm not yet 14 weeks, but I'm very almost there. I can't believe how quick it's gone, and everyone probably says that. Their second pregnancies tend to go a lot quicker because they're constantly looking after the first baby. They don't have time to think about being pregnant, which is definitely true for me. I think about being pregnant only when I get symptoms, but I don't sit and think about the new baby as much as I did with Caitlin, because obviously I have Caitlin already, who's right there, and she's at the age where she's just really needing a lot of attention and she's just exhausted basically. So that's why I haven't been filming as many. So as usual, I'm going to be talking about my symptoms for the past 2 weeks. I'm also going to be talking about my Nuchal scan that I had last, I think it's called the Nuchal scan, the 12-13 week scan. I had that last Wednesday, so I'll be talking about that. I'll insert a scan picture probably at the end of this vlog to show you what the baby looks like at 13 weeks. I was 13 weeks exactly when I had it done, so it's all pretty exciting. And I guess I'll be talking about what else I've been kind of up to these past 2 weeks. So in the way of symptoms, the main symptom that I've had has definitely been tiredness. That's probably my number one symptom. I can't really seem to get enough sleep, even though Caitlin is a really, really good sleeper. She's going to be 8 months in about a week, and she sleeps through the night. It's a bit of a nightmare getting her to get to sleep at the moment. It's a bit exhausting bedtimes because she's just, like I said, she just wants to be playing and she wants to be learning to crawl, and just, you know, she's just a bit exhausting at the moment, but she's great as usual. So yeah, it's just been, that's probably making me more tired as well, but for the most part it's definitely, I feel like it's definitely the hormones, and not much to do with like lack of sleep or anything. I'm still waking up quite a lot in the night. Last night was really bad because I kept needing the toilet. That's another symptom that I've had, just constant peeing. I think my uterus is starting to press on my bladder, because I didn't get this symptom with Caitlin when I was much bigger. I was like in my 3rd trimester, and that's when I kept needing the toilet. But now I'm only 14 weeks and I feel like I'm in my 3rd trimester already, and I probably kind of look like it because today I'm wearing quite a baggy top, so you can't really see like my bump, but I am showing a lot sooner than I did with Caitlin. I can't remember how many weeks I was when I showed with her, probably gone 20 weeks or something, and now I'm actually displaying quite a bump and I can't hide it from anyone. Said everyone knows now, my family know, like all my family know, Brad's family know, our friends know that I'm pregnant again. So I don't really have to hide it from anyone anyway. So that's like probably the number one symptom, fatigue. I haven't really had any sickness this week. The only time that I feel sick is probably when I'm really hungry or when I go too long without eating. So I'm not very good at eating regularly, like as in little and often. I usually eat breakfast, lunch and dinner and don't really snack. I don't know why I don't really snack. I tend to wait for the meals rather than the snacks. I don't think I'm a very big snack person, to be honest. But yeah, that's the only time I tend to feel really, really, really sick. That to the point where I'm going to be sick, or if I drink a lot of water on an empty stomach, that's another thing that will make me feel really sick. But I haven't been sick this pregnancy. I think I've only been sick a tiny amount, and that was when I was about 5 weeks, maybe a bit after that. But I haven't been sick at all, touch wood. Like, it's really good. With Caitlin, I was quite sick. I didn't have any severe sickness or anything like that, but I was sick pretty much every day, and I couldn't really do much except lie on the couch and try and make it pass. But this time it's a blessing, really, because obviously I have an 8-month-old to look after, and I can't really afford to be really sick, and I couldn't afford to be, I wouldn't be able to just go to bed, even if I was really sick, because obviously I have a baby, a child to look after, and that's the hard bit about having babies close together, because obviously going through pregnancy and having a baby is, like, to look after is more difficult. But I think whatever age your kids are when you get pregnant again, I think it's always going to be difficult, unless they are in full-time school. But then obviously you've got to get up in the morning, take them to school, pick them up, then you've still got to do all their food and everything, and it's still, I imagine it's still pretty difficult, unless you have, like, going off topic here and rambling, but I just wanted to kind of get that out there. Just for anyone that thinks that having babies, 2 babies under 2, I know a lot of people that do it, and I've heard of a lot of people that have done it, and yeah, it's difficult, but it's not necessarily going to be easier when they're older. That's just how I think. That's just how I'm thinking. It's not, I'm not having to go at anyone or anything like that. So my next symptoms probably got to be, actually these past few days I've had really bad hunger, like constant hunger, and it's made me have really bad pains, and I'm not sure if it's because I've been eating too fast, or they gas pains. I think it's a combination of being like struggling to go to the toilet a little bit, but then that seems to have relieved the part since starting the second trimester, which was about, I don't know, depending when you think the second trimester starts, 13-14 weeks. Since the second trimester started, I have been feeling a lot better, with the, like, constipation kind of thing. That wasn't really much of an issue with me anyway. I think with Caitlin, sorry to keep comparing, it's just, it's quite nice to compare both pregnancies just to see, like, how different they are. So with Caitlin, it didn't really hit me, I don't think, until the 3rd trimester, or maybe a few days in the 2nd. I can't really remember, to be honest. This time it hit me for like a few weeks randomly in the 1st trimester, and now it seems to be relieving a little bit, but then it'll probably come back and forward. It will come back and then go away again, probably, anyway, so it's not necessarily going to always be there. It's not a massive problem anyway, so it's, I noticed that I've been getting round ligament pains, or what I think are round ligament pains, which surprised me because I think I got them around 20 weeks, around 20 to 22 weeks maybe a bit less than that with my daughter. Just the tightening, the feeling that the muscles being stretched, but it was nowhere near as bad as it is now. It does come and go, it doesn't, obviously it's not, if it was severe, if it was constant, then obviously I'd have to be checked out, because that would be a bit worrying if it was there all the time, but it's not. It kind of comes and goes, and it's there. I think it's there if I do too much, like especially if I eat too much. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but if I eat too much, like yesterday, it's really bad. But I think that's to do with, like, having a lot of gas from eating too quickly, rather than the round ligament pain. But I definitely got the, like, right-sided pain. It feels like muscles being really stretched, and obviously when you've had a baby already, the muscle's already been stretched out, so that it kind of goes back, if it makes sense, it kind of goes back stronger. So then when it does stretch out again, it hurts more because it's stronger muscle, if that makes sense. I think that's right. Don't quote me on anything, but I'm just randomly remembering facts from the internet. So I had that last night, but it did go away, which was really good. As to do with my subchrionic, I can never pronounce this word, subchrionic hematoma or subchrionic bleed that I had that if you watched my previous video, I talked about it a lot more, but basically I had that from about 9.5 weeks. But since I had my scan, which was last week, they couldn't really see anything, but they couldn't really see any bleed on the scan. Obviously the baby's got a lot bigger since I had my first scan when I first started bleeding, and they couldn't really see anything like a new bleed anywhere, so they told me that it probably has resolved. However, the Thursday, the day after the scan, I did have a little bit of brown, it was kind of brown tinged discharge, but it was quite a lot of discharge. It was like a gush. Sorry about the TMI, but pregnancy related videos is often a lot of information that is a bit personal. So yeah, I got a lot of like brown tinged discharge, but it was kind of quite watery as well. And then obviously when I wiped, it came out brown, which really scared me, because I was like, I was told that there was nothing there. Obviously they can't pick up every little bit, so they can't guarantee that it's not going to happen again. But I think I just did too much. I think obviously when you do too much, you overexert yourself in pregnancy, it can happen, you can like bleed. But since then, touch wood, I haven't had any more brown stuff or anything like that. I've just had a lot of discharge, which is not very nice, but I know that it's normal and it's a normal part of pregnancy. I had it with Caitlin. So just wearing pads basically all the time, that's all I can do really, but hopefully it doesn't start again. I've just got to remember to take it easy and not do too much, not to lift Caitlin too much, don't walk too much, just rest as much. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. There's not much to say really, because it was just the Nuchal scan where they do the fluid at the back of the baby's neck. I think my fluid measured about, the fluid at the back of the baby's neck measured about 1.8, I think it was 1.8, which I think is normal. 1.8 millimeters, I think, and I think that is normal, because I can't remember what it was like with Caitlin's scan. I'll actually have a look, because I actually have my maternity book. Well, I have my, oh, it's a long story. I have my maternity book from when I was first pregnant with Caitlin, but obviously I moved, so I got another maternity book, and obviously they've taken that book away now, so I don't have that anymore. But yeah, they could see the baby. Obviously everything was really healthy with the baby, and they didn't say that anything was wrong. They couldn't see any bleed. Touch wood again. And the baby's was measuring last week exactly on 13 weeks, which is exactly what I calculated from when I ovulated. So definitely ovulated on the day that I think I did, which makes my due date the 18th of October 2017, which is quite exciting, even though it feels like ages away. But I know that it's going to go really quick, because I'm already 14 weeks tomorrow, and even though I feel like it's going to go really slow, with Caitlin it went flying by, and then I'd given birth to her and I was like, oh my gosh, I kind of miss being pregnant. It was really strange. But you know, first pregnancies do go on, or in my case they do go on quite a bit longer than second so far. I don't know how the rest of the trimesters are going to go. I had my blood test done for the Down syndrome screening. I had that done the following day, because it was closed when I went last week, and that's basically it. I haven't got any more midwife appointments until this, I can't even remember, because I think she wrote the wrong date down in my book, so I'm a bit confused, but I think when I'm 25 weeks is the next time I'll see my midwife, which just feels like way too long to wait. But I think that's probably right. I think last time I saw my midwife at 16 weeks, but that was when I was being booked, because I moved, so I had to be booked by another midwife, and it was just a lot more confusing. But this time it seems very much kind of waiting a long time. I have my next scan booked already for the 20-week scan, the anomaly scan, which is booked for the May the 31st, when I'll be exactly 20 weeks that day. So I'm feeling quite nervous about that, but I know that hopefully everything will continue to be fine, as it has turned out fine already. That's about it really. I don't have any more appointments. I don't think I'm going to do a private gender scan. I think I'm just going to wait until my 20-week appointment. I don't really feel the need to really know earlier, like a few weeks earlier, because obviously it's only going to be, what, 3 weeks earlier, then I'd find out anyway. So I think I'm just going to wait, and then hopefully everything continues to go well as it is now, and the tiredness kind of goes away a little bit and doesn't, I mean, it's not too bad now because I've had a lot of help and I have a lot of support here, but I still want to be able to do stuff with my daughter and not feel like I'm out of it, which is a lot of the time, but pardon me, excuse me. So I'm going to end this here because it's probably way too long, and I'll insert a picture of my 13-week little baby, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.